Oh, hi. Good morning. I am comedian Haley Boyle, and it's been a while since I've done one of these because I didn't want people to know what's going on. And I really still don't want people to know what's going on, but I kind of think that means that it's more important than ever that people do because there's no way I'm alone in this. It can't be. Um, so I'm just looking at myself real quick. Gotten a lot of gray hairs the last couple of weeks, folks. A lot of gray hairs. Um, so basically where we left off, I was managing, pulled off Christmas, everything went all right. Boxing Day, I fell apart. I was just so tired, so depressed, so lonesome, lost so much. I broke down and I reached out to a few local acquaintances asking for help because I didn't feel like I could take care of Robin and nobody was really taking me seriously. And what I did get was a lot of people who are far away, being really judgmental and shitty. One in particular, who was a close friend of mine, that just kept inboxing me, calling me names, calling me an asshole, telling me I'm a dick, stop being a dick. And I found the presence of mind to tell her very nicely several times to please leave me alone, to stop, that she wasn't helping, that I couldn't take it, and that I was going to block her. Anywho, I ended up blocking her. And I ended up calling 911. Was in a severe depression. Definitely was not safe to be taking care of the baby. And, when you're a mom, people just tell you to suck it up. And not for nothing, years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago, I ended up helping an infant because she had been hurt by her father. And the night before, when she had been hurt, me and my friend sat and listened to the mother on the phone with him, telling him to just suck it up. And if she had listened to him when he told her that he couldn't take anymore, then maybe that baby would have been all right. And he was 17 and he didn't call 911, but I'm 40. So I did call 911. And let me tell you what a fucking shitstorm that started. They came and they were super nice. And I got a friend to come from Durham and take Robin for a couple nights so I could take a break, get some sleep, think a thought, that sort of thing. And I was so distraught when the police came and they brought a representative from CPS, and I signed what's called a safety agreement that literally says right on it I can revoke it at any time, that it's just saying that he's going to temporarily take a break with someone else. Well, come time to pick Robin up, and all of a sudden, if I take Robin, they told me it would take 20 minutes to get a judge to sever custody and that he would be gone forever. And it was just the most insanely stressful week of my life. It was supposed to be taking a break, and instead it was like running this gauntlet and jumping through all these hoops, and they wouldn't even tell you what the hoops were. So I had to, figure that out for myself and make a million phone calls and beg and show up for things and get there in the morning and try to be a walk-in and try to get an evaluation. And and they wouldn't let me send them to friends out of state, and they wouldn't. It was just, I was threatened with law enforcement lying to back them up, like just crazy shit. And my friend that picked him up was there and was able to confirm that I wasn't hallucinating, that we made a plan and this wasn't supposed to be what happened. But Russell drove down from Baltimore and everything, managed to get the evaluations I need and all that crap, and have my child returned to my custody. My child, who they were threatening to remove, even though he has never been abused. There have been no allegations of abuse, and I was the one that called for help. Anyhow, got him back home. Sorry, it's just, they called for help and they made things so much worse, so much worse. But during this time, I had a handful of friends that were super, super aggressive, pushy, mean, nasty, filling up my voicemail, calling me names. And the ringleader, I didn't even read everything she wrote because she was sending full on paragraphs, and I had her number blocked at this time. So I went to unblock her, to call her and let her know what was going on. And I just had paragraphs upon paragraphs upon paragraphs of abuse telling me what an asshole I am. But like I said, I just skimmed them, and it seems to be that she was so, so furious because the night that I was having a crisis, she wanted to talk to me about planning a visit in a few weeks. So, and even though I told her I was having a crisis and that I needed her to stop and that I would block her, huge asshole. Anyway, just like you go through this shit and people kind of cut themselves loose. People thought this person was someone I wanted in my life, and now that she's gone, I'm like, oh, yeah, she was making a mess. She was making a real mess. um, Point is, look, shit is horrendous right now, but at the same time, it just feels like everything's being stripped away. And I know exactly who's in my corner, and I know exactly what I want. And it's going to take some time to get there. I'm going to have to find balance. And that's another thing that's new for me because I'm used to doing things like a crackhead and just staying up for 6 days and doing what I want. So I'm trying to meter it out. I'm making these fairy gardens now to like satisfy what I can't be satisfied with my lack of touring as a comedian because I can't keep my shit together as a mom. Still don't have a debit card at this point. It's made it so I can't run my nail business. My phone died literally moments before I had a call with 3 call days, so I've been fired from that job. Like shit is just so ridiculous at this point that I'm like, it's just a big change, and I just gotta let it change. Just gotta let it happen. The nice thing is that when I thought I was getting a couple days break from being a mom, I did immediately get on Tinder, and I'm talked to a bunch of dudes because I'm super popular. But I ended up meeting one that's a decent human being. So, I don't want to be like, oh, he's the love of my life or whatever, but it's nice to be spending time with someone that's not trying to break me down to use me as fuel. And I'm grateful for that. So, I know Robin's home. I'm safe. I really don't know what the next thing I'm going to do is to make money. I just know that I'm taking it one day at a time for now. And if you got judgments, you can suck it because I'm done explaining myself. I'm just done. Everyone else can suck it. It's just about us now. And I feel like I should say that Lynn and Janet, you were right. There was no need for me to be sharing as much as I was sharing. So I feel like I'm kind of going to do a few more blogs to wrap up the current situation. And then I'm just going to live my life.